Top 5 ways to create content that people pay for when so much free stuff is available. If you've looked around your niche, you've probably noticed that there is an awful lot of free content floating around. In fact, people are giving away for free the exact types of content that you want to sell. Which begs the question, how do you create content that people pay for when they can get it elsewhere for free? The answer, quite simply, is to offer something that no one else in your niche offers. That's what you're about to find out how to do inside these 5 surefire methods for creating content your customers will happily pay for. Personalize your content. One of the best ways to create unique content that people will happily pay for is to personalize this content with your own experiences, case studies, examples, personal stories, and so on. Now, even if someone else includes a case study or their personal experience in their content, it will be completely different than the ones you are sharing. Thus, your content stands out as unique. For example, let's suppose you're teaching people how to lose weight. Instead of just offering a step-by-step guide, tell the story of how exactly you personally lost 45 pounds and kept it off. And within your story, you can provide the steps that the reader needs to take in order to achieve similar results. Create unique formulas. A second way to create something that customers will really value is to develop unique formulas and systems around how-to processes. So instead of merely saying step 1 do this, step 2 do that, you create a related acronym where each letter corresponds to a step of the process. For example, let's suppose you're creating a guide that shows people how to restore the upholstery of a classic car. If you can create a 7-step guide, then you can create those steps around the word restore. For example, step 1, the letter R, might be remove the existing upholstery. Step 2, the letter E, might be evaluate the seat condition. And you'd continue on with the rest of the letters in the word restore to complete your 7-step process. Now, are there other people who will have similar guides out? Sure, but you'll be the only one with a memorable and unique formula or system built around an acronym, which makes your content more valuable. Next, solve a specific problem. Now, this is actually a 2-step process. Number 1, establish yourself as an expert for a very specific problem in your niche. Number 2, create paid content solving that specific problem. Once again, there are a lot of people in your niche who are putting out similar content. But if you can establish yourself as the go-to guy or gal for a specific problem, then people will happily pay for your expertise. For example, maybe you sell dog training information. You might take one specific problem or issue, such as fear aggression, and establish yourself as the expert. If you want to carve out a smaller niche, you might even address fear aggression in small breeds. Smaller yet, in order to really stand out from the competition. Try fear aggression in Pomeranians. You then put out a lot of content on that specific issue in order to establish your expertise. And you brand yourself based around that issue. You develop top of mind awareness on the issue so that you become the go-to person in your niche for that specific issue. Now, part of this process involves blanketing your niche with content, which includes blogging, guest blogging, developing a strong presence on social media, creating videos and podcasts on the topic, publishing lead magnets, contributing to Facebook group discussions, co-authoring content with other experts, which further establishes your expertise, and similar. Now, when someone searches for the specific problem in your niche, your name will start to show up repeatedly. And in time, you will become the expert on the topic. When you then put out a paid product on that same topic, buyers will flock to it because they know you're the top expert in the field. Now, here's the next idea. Add value to the content. Most everyone publishes how-to information. Oh, you can add value to your content by also providing the tools people need to make a process faster, easier, and or better. These tools may take the form of one or more of the following: checklists, worksheets, cheat sheets, templates, swipes, planners or calendars, recipes, gear lists, and similar. For example, if you are creating a resume writing course, then you might offer tools such as resume template, a cover letter template, and a list of power words to include in the documents. And finally, create engaging, readable content. You can have some of the most useful content in the world, but people won't even get around to reading it if the text is boring, poorly written, and or difficult to read. That's why you want to be sure to create engaging and readable content. The people value this sort of content more highly, meaning they'll also be willing to pay for it. To that end, keep these tips in mind. Use simple language. Now, don't try to impress anyone with big words or convoluted sentences, as that will make your content harder to read. And make sure there is plenty of white space. For example, turn list of items in a paragraph into a bulleted list, which makes it easier to read. Engage readers with relevant stories. If you can engage their emotions and imagination with a story, you'll keep them reading to the end. Use curiosity to keep people reading. For example, in just a moment, you'll discover a writing device that virtually guarantees your readers will hang on your every word. Utilize a friendly conversational tone. If it helps, imagine you're writing to a good friend. Now, let's wrap up this lesson. Now, it's unlikely that you're going to be able to create a product on a topic that no one has ever talked about before. In fact, you're likely to find that not only are there a lot of paid products on the topic you want to write about, but there is a lot of free content available too. Don't let this discourage you. People will happily pay for your content if they can easily see some advantage in doing so. And if you apply the 5 ideas you just learned about, you'll provide that advantage and get more people happy to pay for your content. So, go ahead and put all these ideas into action. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with me, and you have a wonderful day. Stay safe.